My wife, an extremely possessive person, used chains to restrain me every day, not allowing me to escape. But not only was I not angry, I also continuously teased her. He even wanted to play sweet doubles with her just for the sake of his previous life, to please my family and marry me into the mock family instead of my younger brother to compete. But after getting married, he tried every way to make his wife become paralyzed so that they could both be free. However, the person I was madly pursuing, Lu Nu-yin, after becoming my fiancée, not only had an affair with my younger brother, but also incited 5 sisters to beat me to death and even snatched my shoes, even intending to kill people. Until I was about to die, I realized that the person I once hated, Mok Fong Tin, loved me to the core. Not only did Tai kill Lu Nu-yin on my behalf to avenge my hatred, but he also wiped out the Tran family's blood to avenge me. In the end, he even chose to commit suicide to stay with me forever. If you've been reborn, why do you still need Bok Noyet Kwang? Lu Nu-yin is so domineering. Isn't it even more fragrant? When night fell, I heard a cold voice ringing in the room. "Atrake, are you scared?" A slender hand gently brushed my cheek. "If I break your legs, will you still dare to run? If you can't escape, then you can only stay with me forever." Hearing that, I used my strength and almost jumped out of the bed. The last part before my eyes was a pair of sickly glowing red eyes. Atrake looked at me. "Belonging to me is your destiny." The woman smiled gracefully, firmly squeezed my chin, forcing me to look straight into her eyes. This scene, this bed is so familiar. I immediately slapped myself twice. It really hurts. It's not a dream. I'm not really dead yet. Looking around, I realized I had been reborn. Tonight is the wedding night. My whole family forced me to marry Mok Atrake's house instead of my younger brother. Don't think that hurting yourself in front of me means I'll forgive you. Her cold voice was as sharp as a blade. Moktin, you're really not dead. Atrake, do you want me to die that much? Don't call me anything. He still missed Lu Nu-yin. Wake up. You're mine tonight. I only saw Moktin gritting her teeth. Her already gloomy face became even colder. In fact, she is only a distant relative of the Mok family and has no blood relationship with Lu Nu-yin. The next moment, I was strangled by Moktin. The strength and dominance were like an invisible pressure weighing down on me. This scene stunned me for a moment. Right after that, Moktin strongly pressed me down and aggressively bit my lips. Atrake, if you dare to remember Lu Nu-yin again, I will. A treasure of her love. Don't be angry anymore. Me and Lu Nu-yin? Before I could finish my sentence, my lips were sealed again. My body instinctively resisted, but was immediately strongly pulled into the blanket by Moktin. Atrake, please call again. Moktin baby, love baby. At this moment, Moktin was full of enjoyment, hearing me obediently call her that. If you have any conditions, just say it. As long as you don't go looking for Lu Nu-yin, I agree to everything. At this time, Moktin kissed again. She lifted her skirt and was about to leave the bed. I can't stand this kind of teasing and running away. Immediately, I hugged her tightly. Moktin, come back here and sleep with me, okay? As soon as the words came out, Moktin was stunned and then softly said, "Okay, I'll spoil you." That night, we became a lot more mature. The next morning, I opened my eyes in a daze, pulled my legs out. The glaring mark on the bed sheet reminded me of what happened last night. At this moment, I felt like my body was empty, my whole body was numb, and I had no strength left. I lay flat on the bed, dreamily looking up at the ceiling, seeing my shaking legs. I caught a glimpse of regret and self-mockery in her eyes. Atrake, you didn't keep to yourself for Lu Nu-yin. Do you regret it? But don't worry, from now on I won't touch you anymore. But don't think about escaping either. Right after that, my chin was lifted up forcefully by her. In this life, you can only be mine. A cold chain locked me tightly. My body reflexively jerked back in panic, but Moktin coldly turned around and left without looking back. At this point, I only felt pain all over my body, and it wasn't until 5 minutes later that I reluctantly sat up. Based on my previous life's memories, I found the place where Moktin hid the key. Click, the chain fell to the ground. I stood up and walked to the mirror. I took a quick look and was almost scared. I didn't expect that last night I would end up like this. Was it really eaten by Moktin? She has really strong taste. It seems that my precious Moktin is very hungry. Because the person in the mirror is a haggard guy, Plus last night was too much. My face is lifeless with its current appearance. Even dogs passing by shake their heads, bored. I really can't bear to look any further. I immediately rushed into the bathroom to clean up this mess. An hour later, I changed into clean, neat clothes and adjusted my hair to look most presentable. No matter how you look at it, you can see that you're a handsome, classy guy. Admire your perfect teeth. After that, I felt extremely tired. So lay back and sleep again. When I woke up, picked up the phone on the nightstand, turned it on, and realized I had been asleep for 2 days and 2 nights. The missed call list has exploded. At this time, the phone rang again. I pressed the answer button. There was an extremely unpleasant tone on the other end of the line. Trantrake, didn't you just ask me to replace a Vi and Mary into the Mock family? Is there a need to hide and not even tell me the news? Can you be so selfish? I'll give you half an hour and immediately go to the private hospital in Kinti to give a Vi a blood transfusion. The person calling was the fourth sister, Tran Van. A few short sentences made me laugh out loud. I couldn't get a single drop. After the wedding, my wife was too seductive. All my energy was exhausted. I have nothing to do with this matter. My voice was cold. Tran Van didn't expect me to dare to argue back. She became even more upset. Trantrake is just being a little shameless. A Vi's health is weak. Why do you take care of the little monster Moktan for a Vi? You have to make things difficult for your family even though you love Lu Nuyen, but Nuyen still worries about a Vi in her heart. If you really want to make her happy, then quickly come and exchange blood. Otherwise, Nuyen will say goodbye herself. Tran Van, a familiar threat was uttered. Chanshu, Tran Van, your mouth is so dirty. Did you forget to wipe your mouth when you went to the bathroom? Or is it because your house's sewer is broken? How can you let it out like this? What do you say? I'm your sister. Do you dare curse at me? As soon as the words fell, Tran Van immediately exploded. Just cursing is easy. If you still don't hear clearly, I can explain it again for free. Trantrake, are you crazy? Having finished speaking, I immediately hung up the phone so as not to dirty my little hands. After that, I immediately blocked her number, and by the way, blocked the entire Tran family's number. In this life, I don't need any relatives anymore. After stopping their whole family, I just felt lighthearted and decided to go downstairs to get something to eat. At that moment, there was a loud explosion outside the door. Trantrake, you bastard, get out of here quickly. The person who had just arrived kicked open the door and aggressively rushed into the villa. I followed the sound and looked over, discovering that the person coming was my rebellious younger brother, Mok Shuyan. At this time, Mok Shuyan also saw me. Who are you? Why are you at Aikon Manor? Redhead, where is Trantrake? At this time, Mok Shuyan approached my father and asked me, Third young master, is there something wrong with Mr. Trantrake? After all, you're just my housekeeper, so it's okay to tell you. I received your order like Yen to arrest the ungrateful Trantrake to give his brother a blood transfusion. As Yen said, even if she couldn't marry him, she still had to find 2 bags of fresh blood to send to the hospital. Mok Shuyan narrated eloquently, his tone as if he were doing a good deed, but every sentence he said made me grit my teeth. So I conveniently picked up a wooden stick, swept it across Mok Shuyan's crotch, and hit the ground. Third young master, the person you are looking for is me, Trantrake. Do you have any advice? Hearing that, Mok Shuyan's mind immediately came up. You. How can you be the red-headed guy Trantrake? Or did I open the door the wrong way today? As soon as the words ended, Mok Shuyan was speechless and couldn't believe it. He took a few steps back, then quickly grabbed his crotch, protecting his brother in trouble, almost being disabled. Soon, Mok Shuyan regained consciousness and shouted loudly, Since it's Trantrake, come with me to the hospital for a blood transfusion, or take 2 bags yourself and take them to the hospital. You don't have time. At this moment, confirming my identity, he immediately looked uncomfortable. But I basically can't leave Aikon Manor. How can I give blood to Tranvi? Seeing that my excuse was too clumsy, Mok Shuyan immediately patted his thigh. Very well. As long as you accept the blood transfusion, anything is fine. Here's your card. Go to the hospital right away. I took the card, then lifted my finger and waved at him. Don't look at me with those eyes. I'm not interested in men. Kid, what are you thinking? I have something serious to tell you. He leaned closer, still excited. I took the opportunity to leave Aikon Manor neatly. Thank Trantrake for running so fast. As expected, I was touched by his kindness. At this moment, Mok Shuyan's chin was empty, his face full of pride. An hour later, a first-level warning rang out in Aikon Park. Where are you? Young master ran away again. The whole manor was in an uproar. It's over. The young master has run away again. This time we're probably in trouble again. Young master, you really don't know what's good or bad. Our young lady is rich, powerful, and has a figure that's inferior to that girl Nguyen. What about Tan Thuan's beauty? That guy's so ugly, his hair is yellow. I don't understand what you're looking for in him. I think maybe he likes his bad grades. Or because he roars in the house all day like a poisonous dragon. Or because he's as sour as pickles, useless and arrogant. I heard that in the Tran family, everyone hates him. The servants took the opportunity to vent their dissatisfaction because they had too many things to worry about. Enough, a loud voice shouted. Don't hurry and call the eldest lady. Butler Hua shouted sternly. Sure enough, not long after, Mok Tin hurried back to Aikon Manor, and I quickly took off my clothes, climbed into bed, and locked the chain Mok Tin had handcuffed me before. Everything is back in place. My confused heart finally calmed down. At this time, Mok Tin led a group of people to aggressively rush in. Seeing that, I stretched my arms and pretended to have just woken up. Butler Hua quickly slammed the main bedroom door shut, cutting off all curious eyes from the outside. They said you ran away again. Should I keep you chained to me? I'm not hiding. I'm still here. My good little Mok Tin. I swallowed hard, trying to control the fear in my heart. Mok Tin, you seem very afraid of me. Mok Tin came closer. She immediately pulled her legs away, bent down, and whispered in my ear. Atrake, I want you to completely belong to me. Be good. Give yourself to me. I regained my composure and quickly explained, I'm not afraid of you, and I never wanted to run away. At this moment, Mok Tin lifted my chin, not giving me a chance to dodge. Her red lips pressed down. If you're not afraid, then prove it to me. Mok Tin pressed me down tightly. Right after that, she forced her lips on me. The passionate kiss made my heart go crazy. I really won't run away again. This time I'm serious. This time is different. You are my woman. I will fulfill my responsibility. Rest in peace as your husband. I tried to speak, hoping to calm her hysteria. Husband? That doesn't sound bad. At this time, Mok Tin's eyebrows slightly relaxed. Her mood finally became a little happier. But it's clear. You just escaped and took Mok Shuyan's card. What's wrong? Can't find a way out. Mok Tin's eyes fell on the window. There are still shoe marks on it that I haven't had time to wipe off. The atmosphere suddenly sank. Again, the heavy pressure made me a bit unbearable. I only went out for a little while. Before I could finish speaking, Mok Tin suddenly rushed forward and held me tightly. Her fingers tightened around my hand, her eyes shining with intense possession. A deep kiss made my hollow body feel like it was awakened. Taking advantage of the moment of panting, I quickly raised my hand to cover Mok Tin's lips. She breathed heavily. Wife, listen to me first. Mok Tin paused, calmed down her cold aura, and finally revealed a bit of the harmless and lovely appearance of a girl her age. I did go out for a bit, but now we're married. You're married to me. I can't just sit still and do nothing. This ring is all I can give you right now. Right now it's not big enough, not valuable enough, but I will try to make it bigger and bigger. I know that to you, any treasure is just a physical object, but give me time. I will prove my sincerity. At this time, I took out a diamond ring I bought outside for only 23,000 yuan. The 60-centimeter diamond was small but delicate, with an elegant shape. But compared to Mok Tin's status, it is like a grain cut into the ocean. I was a little hesitant. I could only squeeze the ring in my hand, not daring to rush to put it on her finger. But Mok Tin looked at me, looked at the ring. She suddenly took the initiative to raise her hand. Yes, I nodded gently. Okay, Atrake, I like it very much. As long as it's what you give me, I like it. When I gently put the ring on Mok Tin's hand, I immediately bent down to kiss her ring finger. My little treasure. In this life, Mok Tin, I will absolutely not disappoint you anymore. To prove my determination, I want to continue going to school. Is that okay? The surrounding air suddenly froze in half. I swear, I'm just going to school. Absolutely have nothing to do with Lu Nuyen anymore. Otherwise, I will be absolutely supreme. I immediately raised my hand and swore. This time, listen to me. She nodded, then released the chains to me. Atrake, tell the truth. Why did you suddenly give in? It's okay. Far away from me. As if I had just heard that, I was startled and stunned. Knowing immediately, with her vigilance, she must have noticed my change. But I can't say that I was reborn. His ears fluttered. He clenched his teeth and shouted loudly. Because your figure is so beautiful, I like it very much. I'm frank. No more pretending. In fact, lust is my nature. As soon as the words ended, Moktin suddenly regained her composure and continued. If you want to go to school, that's fine, but the condition is that you have to sleep with me every night. Is that okay? Moktin stared at me, her eyes serious. Is this a bit too much? It's not too big, I just need it every night. That's too much. Moktin's face gradually cooled, and the surrounding pressure decreased. Finally, I embarrassedly nodded. It's okay. I'm still young. I can definitely do it. After Moktin left, I started to worry, pacing around the room because I had just finished buying a ring. Now I'm completely broke. I have to make money immediately. Luckily, Moktin allowed me to go out. So I leisurely walked out of the villa area. General Manager Tran, the young master has just left. Do we need to take him back? No need. Just let people follow. If he dares to seek peace and quiet, don't blame me for breaking his legs, blinding him with chains, keeping him by my side day and night. General Director, at the same time, the Tran family was talking about my strangeness, but everything was distorted through the name green tea. Tranvi pretended to be pitiful again, saying that A's sisters must have misunderstood something. Mr. Atrake is not that type of person. Moreover, he always studies well, and his achievements at the Kim Dai Student Association are recognized by everyone. He is the best president, recognized by the whole Kim Dai school. Unlike me, because of poor health, he was never accepted and did not even have a student officer position. It's so useless. Hearing that, I snorted in contempt and couldn't help but immediately speak up. Tranvi, you're right. You're really useless, always hiding behind women, only knowing how to rob me. Tranvi, you're truly a coward, nothing more. Having said that, I leisurely walked straight into the Tran family's house, bluntly ignoring everyone's hostile eyes, looking straight at the mastermind of everything. Tranvi, Brother Atrake, what are you saying? Why don't you understand? Did you get excited on your wedding night? If you really can't stand Moktin's torture, you can let me go to Mokjia's house myself. Sorry for letting you suffer for me. You can hate me, but please don't blame my parents and cousins just because of my health. At this time, Tranvi softened his voice and stepped forward. After speaking, he was about to hold my hand, but I didn't give him the chance. With a swing of his hand, he pushed his hand away. Pop, a neat, decisive slap that stunned the whole room. Before anyone could react, I raised my hand to give him another slap. But this time, I deliberately stopped. Tranvi quickly avoided my hand. Atrake, didn't my brother go to the hospital for a blood transfusion? If you don't get a blood transfusion, you'll die. Look at your appearance, you're about to die. Where I saw you, you're still alive and well. As soon as he heard it, Tranvi's face immediately turned pale, feeling like I was exposing him right in front of everyone. Trantrake, what are you crazy about? Away is your younger brother. How can you hit him? The big sister finally couldn't bear it anymore and shouted loudly. She's not my sister, and she's not my big sister anymore. You guys listen to me. I came back this time just to cut off relations. This is a form declaring the severance of ties. Please sign it. Then give me the household registration book. I don't live in the Tran family anymore. After saying these words, I felt completely relieved. But in their eyes, I was the one who was so shocked that I went crazy. Anyway, rumors also say that Moktin has a difficult fate. Whoever is chosen to be her sacrifice, basically no one can come back alive. Yet I'm safe and sound, standing here. Certainly the spirit was severely damaged. At this time, eldest sister Tranvan frowned, remained silent, trying to suppress her dislike for me. I understand your mood now. Must serve Moktin, that monster. Those days of being held captive and humiliated by him must have been very miserable. He wanted to cut ties with his family because he wanted to protect everyone, to avoid revenge from that monster. But that is not a reason for him to slap Tranvi. If you want to separate household registration, we can agree. But the honor and prize money from the Kim Dai technology competition, he must return to Avi and immediately apologize to Avi. If it's 90 degrees more, You'll have to give Vi a blood transfusion. If not, don't blame us for taking drastic measures. The person supervised me, but who would have thought that the two bodyguards were completely motionless and did not react at all? I knew I couldn't give them orders right now, so I lazily stretched out. Oh my, this time because of serving the CEO, my back hurts and I can't even stand. Here, if anyone doesn't listen, I'll have to work hard again tonight. Go try some air on the pillow. As soon as the words were spoken, Mok Dai and Mok Ni immediately appeared in the room. What advice does the Tran family have? Smash this place, leaving nothing behind. As soon as I gave the command, Mok Dai and Mok Ni raised their eyebrows, immediately picked up the flower vase next to them, and then threw them hard on the floor. Beam! A cracking sound rang out, signaling my separation from the Tran family. Trake, you really created Fa. Stop! Where are you going, old man? As the homeowner, he pretended to want to stop me, but he was old. Mok Dai just waved his hand lightly, but he couldn't bear it anymore and fell backwards. Sign a severance agreement before I go down, otherwise I will destroy the second floor. At this time, I stood by the stairs, preparing to go up and take back what belonged to me, passing by each room door. Luxurious and splendid, finally stopping in front of the stairs leading to a messy attic. Yes, that's my room. Not only was it shabby, there wasn't even a decent bed, only an old, worn-out mattress. The Tran family was extremely stingy towards me, always making excuses that I was a son who had to be raised hard to reduce living expenses. Luckily, I didn't have many belongings, so I stuffed them into a V and dragged them downstairs. Brother Trake, are you really planning to leave the Tran family? Don't get excited. I know you're angry with me, the one who left the house. It should have been me. I'll immediately go to Mok's house. As he spoke, Tranvi hurriedly rushed forward to advise. I immediately raised my hand and slapped him hard on the right cheek, cleanly, decisively, with a clear echo. Tranvi, you and I are nothing now. Stop pretending to be close. Having said that, I squeezed Tranvi's neck and stared at him. How is my father? Have you signed the agreement yet? If you hesitate, I will not respect your good son. I directly threatened. In the end, my father was so angry that he had to sign. He threw the documents and household registration at me, not forgetting to say, Tran Shrake, you disobedient boy, go away. If you are abandoned by the Mok dynasty, don't come back and beg us. I received the household registration and agreed, smiling with satisfaction. Don't worry, even if you ask, I won't return to this trashy den. Having finished speaking, I turned around and left, going to the big gate. I didn't forget to raise my middle finger at them. My father was so angry that he overturned a table. You brat, you dare call me old in front of me. I'm not dead yet. In a moment, he gritted his teeth even more angrily. This bastard dares to rely on the Wood family's power to oppose me. He should have to suffer in society. Without the Wood family, he is nothing. Mac Van, I remember Tran Shrake is a second-year finance major and will have an internship. Quickly spread the news. Ban all companies from accepting Tran Shrake as interns. Teach him a lesson. Force him to go back and apologize so he can clearly understand who is the owner of the Tran family. Tran Macvin nodded. If it can't be taught at home, then let society punish it. We just wait for it to cry and beg to come back. At this time, I had arranged my luggage properly under the supervision of Mok Dai and Mok Ni. I drove to Kindu University. Suddenly, the phone rang up. Looking at the screen, it was my close friend Tong Kiet calling. Brother Trake, you've been missing for too long. I'm still there. Raised? But I heard that the female CEOs are all very ugly. Their bodies are like the Tai Sun mountain pressing down on my brother, who is as weak as a bean sprout. How can he stand it? At this moment, Tong Kiet woke up. Ania's father is here. Tong Kiet immediately jumped into the car, and next to Lu Nu Yin felt that this voice was very familiar, but was not sure it was me. Anyway, after being reincarnated, I completely changed from my old image. Mister, I think you look quite familiar. Have we met somewhere before? At this moment, Lu Nu Yin smiled brightly. Even the curvature of the corners of her mouth was trained to perfection. Hearing that, I just laughed coldly. At first glance, it looks a bit familiar. Miss, what technician number are you? My voice is not small, everyone can hear it clearly. In an instant, the rumor that the school beauty had been humiliated into a technician spread and directly climbed to the school's hottest forum, accompanied by a series of extremely sharp photos. As soon as the words ended, Lu Nuyen's face immediately turned pale. She gritted her teeth in anger, but did not dare to resist. Mister, you really know how to joke. I just lazily rested my head on my hand, glanced at her, appearing as if I had accidentally said the wrong thing. Oh, so it's not the spa employee but the princess in the clubhouse. Having finished speaking, I didn't pay any attention. The woman directly rolled up the car window, leaving Lu Nuyen standing there frozen in place. People around her clearly witnessed her appearance just now and began to whisper. As for Tong Kiet, he was completely petrified, as if he had just been struck by lightning. Oh my God, Trake brother hasn't seen me for a few days. Not only did you pull, but you also captured the rich woman. Are you still selling your body and soul? Can I quickly check if your kidneys are still there? But looking at your appearance now, I feel reassured. Forget that devil-killing mistake. You were already handsome. At this moment, Tong Kiet was completely stunned. Your own failure is inherently scary, but your success is even more heartbreaking. It seems that Brother Trake really sacrificed himself for money. As he said that, Tong Kiet immediately reached out to pull my pants to check. Calm down. I'm just going on a normal date. At this time, I pulled the car into an empty lot, preparing to explain everything to Tong Kiet. Suddenly, someone pulled the car door open. A large hand grabbed Tong Kiet's collar and pulled him out directly. Right after that, a strong, seductive figure got into the car, and Tong Kiet was thrown out like a chicken. Brother Trake, you have to calm down. But right after that, Mok Tin immediately covered his mouth. His eyes turned around, only to see that the supercar was surrounded by a group of people in black clothes. The scene was so powerful it made his legs weak. Almost came out. At this moment, Tong Kiet's eyes were filled with despair. Whoa, what big problem did Trake brother cause? Right after that, Mok Tin got in the car, without saying a word, directly pressed me down on the seat. For a moment, her beauty made me unable to react. Trake, do you have a feeling? Is it because of that man, or is it because you just met Lu Nuyen again? At this moment, Mok Tin leaned close to me, making me reflexively hold my breath. I just recovered not long ago, and now I suddenly feel frustrated, even a little flustered. Honey, listen to me explain. It's not what you think, I tried to reassure. Mok Tin quickly explained everything, also clarifying Tong Kiet's identity. Oh, is that so? Mok Tin stopped immediately. A cold red light flared in her eyes. Then suddenly the house came, pressing me down into the driver's seat. But I went to see her this time. Mok Tin did not give me any chance to protest. The red lips directly dominated me. Her possessiveness and heat were terrifying. I immediately hugged Mok Tin's slim waist, used force to separate myself from her dominance, and mercilessly blocked the next attack. I must say that the taste of Mok Tin is so enchanting. It almost made me lose control. Calm down, baby. Love, let's go home. I'll take care of everything for you. I tried to reassure her. Mok Tin's current state is very unusual. Not only is her face red, but even her mysterious eyes are now empty. She just kept staring at me. Obviously, she lost control. In fact, Mok Tin's emotional disorder is very severe. Every time she plays, she has an extremely strong desire to destroy. Trake, I'm yours. Why are you not being so good? Do I have to block you and sew us together before you can completely belong to me? As I said that, Mok Tin suddenly came home and bit my neck hard. I can't let her do whatever she wants. At this time, I gently patted her back, reassuring her. If you love me, I'm yours. As long as it's what you want, I'm ready to give it all. But first, you have to listen, okay? I gently coaxed, trying to keep Mok Tin from losing control. Because I respect and love her, I can't take advantage of her when she loses control and do something wrong, even though I myself was burned to the point of losing my reason by her. Hearing that, Mok Tin tilted her head and thought for a moment. Right after that, he dominated my lips once again. Only this time, her movements were much gentler. At this moment, Mok Tin was satisfied and closed his eyes. Trake, I will listen to you. Don't be afraid of me anymore, okay? I'm not afraid. Trake will forever belong to you. At this time, I watched the car vibrate slightly to the rhythm. He immediately waved his hand to signal the bodyguards to leave. He also pulled Tong Kiet to the nearby tree. Not long after that, Lu Nuyen and her best friend Du Tian intended to return to the dormitory, but heard that the top supercar had not left the school yet, so they deliberately followed the direction to find it, wanting to try to take the opportunity to climb high. When the two approached the car, Lu Nuyen stood outside the window nervously, lightly tapping on the car door. "Mr. Sin, do you need help?" In fact, the car's windows were so dark that she could not see the situation inside at all. When the sudden knock on the door rang out, I clearly heard Lu Nuyen's familiar voice and immediately woke up. But right after that, I had to try my best to suppress my anger, wanting to immediately rush down and kill her. One realized my body was hard, blooming immediately. She reached out and grabbed the belt that had been thrown aside, with a skillful movement that tightly grabbed me. I regained my composure, instinctively resisted, and wanted to explain. "Good baby, what are you planning to do? Calm down. Holding on is the devil." At this moment, I realized that just because I lost my mind for a moment, Mok Tin had completely lost control. Furthermore, Lu Nuyen was standing right outside. This situation is really too stimulating. Like Mok Tin, the person who likes thrills the most is even more interested in this game. After glaring at me, she even put her hand on the button to open the glass door. "Atrake, you lied to me again. You're waiting here to see Lu Nuyen, right? Now that she's here, do you dare to lower your car window to let her see your current appearance?" "Atrake, I told you. Do you have to pay the price for lying to me? You will never be so obedient? Since that's the case, then accept the punishment." But outside, Lu Nuyen is still waiting. Loi and Lu Nuyen were slightly doubtful. Could it be that I misunderstood that this rich young master is not waiting for me? No way. After all, I am also the most attractive beauty queen of Kim Dai. At that moment, the car window suddenly lowered, about 2 centimeters, just enough to reveal a small part inside, and let the sound inside the car leak out. Love, stop being naughty." I was pressed tightly by Mok Tin, facing. The driver's side window was unaware that the car's glass had a small crack open. At this time, Mok Tin not only bit my neck to visit lamb and suck, but also blatantly left marks all over my body, as if wanting to mark ownership. "Tell me, what relationship do we have? We are husband and wife. I am your wife, love baby. Stop being naughty, let's go home." Even though I really want revenge right now, I clearly understand that the most important thing right now is Mok Tin's condition. She is seriously out of control. First, she has to be coaxed back home. As for Lu Nuyen, I will slowly advance the book with her. At this time, a voice rang out from outside. "Sir, are you there? I'm Lu Nuyen. We just met. I heard your voice is a bit hoarse. Do you have a cold?" When I was in the dormitory, I had a cold. If it's too serious, I can take you back to my room to take care of you until you're completely cured," Lu Nuyen said gently, full of innocence. In reality, she couldn't see anything through the windshield, but when I heard that voice, I immediately used my elbow to find the windshield button. Then, I pressed down hard and lowered the window a little more, just enough to completely reveal Mok Tin's face, along with my upper body. "Who are you, with a person like you, waiting for someone else to pick it up? Even if you throw it in the desert, it's not worth being picked up by anyone. Why don't you stay there and dream about a dragon born on Earth and want to climb to the sky?" At this time, I bluntly mocked Lu Nuyen. I had beaten her down to the point where there was nothing left. As soon as these words ended, everyone was stunned, a little surprised by my attitude, thinking I was acting. But it cannot be denied, this performance made her satisfied. Don't think that having a little money means you can do whatever you want but can trample on other people's honor. You're disgusting. Be careful of Nuyen's crazy person making a move. The emperor's servant is here. He's ready to beat you to pieces. At this time, Du Tian quickly spoke up to refute. "What nonsense are you talking about?" Lu Nuyen immediately interrupted Du Tian's words, then gently looked into the car full of guilt. "Don't mention that trash Trantrake. Someone like him, even thick books are not worthy of you. You are noble, Luong Tian, with excellent achievements. Only a rich, handsome man is worthy of you. Tian, don't talk about Trantrake like that. No one can choose where they were born. Even though he is very poor, he works very hard. We should treat everyone fairly, regardless of high or low, noble or lowly, just different qualities." Hearing that, I immediately widened my eyes. Lu Nuyen is really good at pretending, always likes to say beautiful words to please people, using that to create a good image, but in reality, she is full of calculations. "Oh, is that so, Lu Nuyen? Look carefully. I am the person from a lowly background, the person you despise, not worthy of carrying Trantrake. Just now you banged on the car door wildly, causing irreversible depreciation damage to this car. I ask you to compensate 200,000 yuan, scan the code, or swipe the card. I spoke coldly and frankly, without any reserve. As soon as she finished speaking, Lu Nuyen was stunned on the spot, glaring at me in surprise, unable to believe what she was seeing. Immediately after that, his eyes turned towards the co-pilot's seat. His domineering aura was sharp to the extreme. Every gesture exuded nobility. Then she had time to react. Mok Fong Love. Lu Nuyen didn't even dare to call her by name. Mok Tin was not qualified to mention it either. The Lu family is just a faint branch of the Mok family. At every family gathering, she could only stand on the sidelines, only knowing that Mok Tin was hers. Wanting to meet once was a luxury. At this time, Mok Tin sat back in her chair. As her blood boiled, she tried to hold back, raised her eyebrows and looked at me and Lu Nuyen acting out. Lu Nuyen, stop talking so much and pay quickly. I urged again. Trantrake, you're really a lion grabbing its prey. Lu Nuyen just lightly tapped on the car door. The car isn't damaged. Why do you need to overdo it? Furthermore, the so-called depreciation fee. Why is it so expensive, you guys? I see you deliberately hired a beautiful girlfriend and even rented it to show off to the world, right? This trick is too childish. Tell me, how much is the rental? You two are trying to extort money. Lu Nuyen and Du Tian do not know Mok Tin. Furthermore, she was standing behind Lu Nuyen. The obscure angle made her unable to see Mok Tin's face, only recognizing me. Then the reflected ash immediately insulted me. At this time, Lu Nuyen quickly pulled Du Tian back and apologized. Trantrake, I just knocked on the car door by mistake. 200,000 yuan is really too much. I'm only a third-year student. I don't have a job. I really have no money. Then go find Tran Vi and get it. I only give you 3 days. No matter what, you have to transfer the money to this account. As I spoke, I pulled out a card with a bank account number written on it. Lu Nuyen quickly grabbed it, afraid that Mok Tin standing next to her would stop her. Right after that, I drove, took Mok Tin and left, returning to AI Con Villa. As soon as she arrived, Mok Tin went straight into the study room. Mok Dai and Mok Ni did not accept orders, released Tong Kiet, and led him to AI Con Villa. Then conveniently threw him down next to me. Where are you? Immediately investigate the number Trantrake gave to Lu Nuyen. What does it mean? Yes, miss, I'll go right away. At this moment, Mok Tin's eyes flashed red, making Chu Nin standing next to her unable to help but remind her. Miss, you should take a stress reliever first. I will call the doctor right away. Due to having to work at high intensity for long periods of time, her nerves are always tense like guitar strings. Not only did she have bipolar disorder, but she also suffered from severe insomnia, along with anorexia. There's no need for me to go into that Tin Tam secret. This time we must stop a Trake. I won't allow him to see those things, otherwise, he will see me as a monster. Mok Tin's voice carries loneliness and sadness. At this time, in the pale white light of the basement, Mok Tin put on a pure white surgical outfit, her hand slowly gliding over the sharp scalpel blade. Chu Nin looked at the rabbit on the table that was about to be operated on and lightly licked his lips. Even though I had witnessed Mok Tin go crazy countless times, at this moment I still couldn't help but feel chills down my spine. Miss Mok, please take some medicine. Medicine? A Trake is my medicine. Go call him here. At this time, Mok Tin's rubber gloves were still stained with blood. She suddenly thought of something, then suddenly threw the vegetable on the ground. No, a Trake will be scared. So just lock him up first. Having said that, she took out an iron chain and put on handcuffs. This action made Chu Nin break out in a cold sweat. You look like you're afraid of love. How about turning you into a doll? No one can run away. Everyone must stay with love forever. Chu Nin, even though he was used to bloody violence, couldn't help but shudder. Feeling creepy as he was about to be unable to bear it anymore, he heard a voice from outside the basement. Miss, the young master is looking everywhere for someone. He is on his way to the basement. At this time, Mok Tin's bloodshot eyes blinked a few times, innocently, as if considering whether the words were true or not. Did a Trake really take the initiative to find me? Does he miss me too? At this moment, Mok Tin's crazy eyes suddenly calmed down. Her voice also returned to being cold and indifferent. Stop him. My current appearance will scare a trach. But even so, she still couldn't help but be curious. Why would he look for me? In fact, Butler Hua did not dare to enter the basement because this was Mok Tin's private territory, except for Chu Nin. Anyone who comes here cannot leave. What is he looking for me for? The young master said that he has cooked bone broth to nourish him and wants you to drink it while it's still hot. Hearing that, Mok Tin was both surprised and happy, unable to believe that I cared about her health. But young lady, Trantrake's soup definitely has a problem. You absolutely must not drink it because in my past life I was many times mischievous with Mok Tin's food. Knowing that she was allergic to seafood, I deliberately forced her to swallow it. But Mok Tin always pampered me, volunteering to eat the food that I had frozen to the point of numbness in her limbs. At this time, Mok Tin had changed into clean clothes. As soon as I stepped out of the basement, I saw me carrying a bowl of soup approaching. Wife, where did you go? I've been looking for you forever. Sorry, I just had something to do. Can you make Miss Mokji apologize? I'm afraid I'm the only one in this world. At this time, Tong Kiet stood not far away, eyes wide. Detrake brother, you're really so shallow. This rich lady is not only beautiful, but her figure is also amazing. Even towards Brother Zay, she's so docile and gentle. This is not being someone else's son-in-law. He's clearly going to heaven. It's okay. I heard you haven't eaten anything today. This soup will give you strength, a trach. You're so good to me. It would be nice if you were always like that. At this moment, Mok Tin's clear eyes looked intently at me, full of hope. At this moment, Butler Hua couldn't bear it anymore, boldly stepped forward and grabbed the bowl of soup in my hand. Master, this soup is very hot. I'll try it first for you, miss. Having said that, housekeeper Hua took a sip, closed his eyes reflexively wanting to check what I was up to this time. Was it something? And everyone was so nervous trying to figure out what I'd put in the soup? Do I want to poison you, miss? Chu Nin was also impatient. Old Hua, how's the soup? Is there any seafood? Butler Hua smacked his lips softly. The taste of pork bone soup spread across his tongue, leaving him momentarily speechless. It's so delicious. The taste is perfect. This old man looks like he's making everyone think it's real. Butler Hua is still not at ease. Use a spoon to stir vigorously into the bowl of soup, carefully checking again, but still no trace of seafood was detected. Mok Tin slightly frowned, clearly dissatisfied with Mr. Hua's arbitrary actions. That's the soup a trach personally cooked for me. I haven't had a sip yet. Is a trach angry? Old Hua deducted 100 million yuan from his year-end bonus and upset Mok Tin. Of course he had to pay the price. Old Hua's face was distorted, and he commanded the young lady that the soup was drinkable, but it was still a bit hot. Just as Mr. Hua was about to give me a new bowl of soup, I took the initiative to take it from him. Then, gently scoop out a spoonful and blow to cool it so I can feed it to Mok Tin. My initiative surprised everyone. Even housekeeper Hua couldn't help but wipe the sweat from his forehead. There's definitely a problem this time. Tran Trach didn't give up seafood. Are you planning on using hot soup to burn the young lady? Oh my God, I had to call an ambulance for you again. In my previous life, in order to leave Aikon Villa, I played all sorts of tricks. I hurt Mok Tin many times. But now I won't do that anymore. At this time, I ignored everyone's wary eyes, held the bowl of soup, blew gently, and tested the heat with my lips, making sure not to burn Mok Tin. Actively bring it close to your lips. She looked at me with expectant eyes. Mok Tin did not hesitate and obediently drank it all. Even if I gave her poison, she would drink it without hesitation, just in exchange for a smile from me. Is it delicious? I have severe anorexia. Looking at you like this, I feel so lost. How about this? You can get better. Let me take care of your meals in the future. I have to make you fat. Wait until you get better, and then we can have a child of our own. In front of so many people, I frankly spoke out my thoughts, revealing a future that Mok Tin had never dared to dream of. As soon as these words were spoken, Mok Tin's face was filled with surprise. A trach really wants to have children with me? Why not? Did he think that I would rather sterilize myself than let me get pregnant? As soon as the words ended, Mok Tin's eyes were filled with surprise, but there was a ray of hope shining in them. As for housekeeper Huan next to him, he was completely emotionally paralyzed. After that, he groaned. Father Nam has started painting cakes again to deceive you. My lady is too easy to deceive. Later, I will definitely eat obediently. We are completely lost in it, but I believe in you. A trach will definitely do it. No matter what you say or do, I will support you unconditionally. Then we went to the underground garage. Tong Kiet looked at the whole garage, full of top supercars, until his eyes were dizzy. Damn it, trach brother. I thought the saying that rich people don't forget their brothers was just teasing, but I didn't expect you to actually do it. As your brother, I feel so lucky. The corner of Tong Kiet's mouth curled up, smiling brighter than his mouth. I just smiled, patted his shoulder, and a thought suddenly flashed in my heart. I reminded Tong Kiet, Kiet, keep this a secret for now, don't tell Kahan. Zhang Kahan is Tong Kiet's childhood girlfriend. The two of them always share everything, but it's not okay for anyone else. When money suddenly arrives, it's best to keep it a secret. Otherwise, it is very easy to cause harm to the body. You're an orphan, living in Hoa Kim University, where there are rich young men. If you suddenly become rich, they will find every way to push you to the bottom of society. I asked Tong Kiet to keep it a secret because I had considered many aspects. I understand the true faces of these young masters all too well. Okay, trach brother, listen to what I say. At the same time, Lu Nuyen was calling Tran Vi. Vi, something happened. At this time, Tran Vi was receiving fluids in his private hospital room. Lu Nuyen recounted the entire incident that had just happened in Hoa Kim to Tran Vi. Vi, you also know what I do with 500,000 yuan. Tran Trach is really a lion, opening his mouth big. What if he says something to Mok Tin to retaliate against me? Lu Nuyen mentioned the 500,000 yuan compensation. Her expression became even more worried and earnest. Tran Vi frowned. He has money. 500,000 yuan is not a small amount. Do you want him to give it? That amount of money is definitely impossible, but he still needs to maintain a relationship with Lu Nuyen and absolutely cannot let her get into trouble. So he quickly reassured, Nuyen, don't worry, let me worry about this. Right after hanging up the phone, Ms. Tu Tran Macvan walked into the hospital room, saw Tran Vi with a sullen face. She immediately asked, what's wrong? Vi, is that Comet Tran Trach bullying you again? Tell Ms. Tu, I will go find him and settle the matter right away. Sister Tu, can I borrow you 600,000? Just now Nuyen called and said she accidentally hit Miss Mok Tin's car. Mr. Tran Trach asked for compensation of 600,000 in depreciation money, and I'm sick all year round, spending a lot. I really can't save any money. Tran Vi awkwardly opened his mouth, making Tran Macvan, the person who loved him the most, feel even more embarrassed. Vi, don't worry, let Tu take care of this matter. I will transfer 1 million to you in advance. You are sick, there is no money on you. How can it be convenient? As for compensation, don't worry. Tomorrow, I will go to Hoa Kim Group to meet Tran Trach. Blackmail his family members. Blackmail him. Are you crazy? That's too harsh. I have to bring my mother to lecture him. At this time, it was getting dark, a suitable time to secretly take people away, mainly for safety. You can only choose this way. At this time, Mok Tin stood in front of the study window, gently caressing the diamond ring I gave her. Chu Nin stood next to him cautiously. Mok Tin's condition at this time was not very positive. Rumor has it that the daughter of the Mok family does not live to be more than 25 years old. The doctor suggested that Mok Tin should go abroad to recuperate for 3 months. Otherwise, her life expectancy will decrease by 2 more years. Actually, she knew about this a month ago, but it was all because of me that Mok Tin couldn't bear to leave. President, you haven't slept for 3 days. I'll call Dr. Man Ka to help hypnotize you. Otherwise, in just an hour you'll lose control again. Quickly find the lock chain, I'll come. I'll go down to the basement myself. You just need to lock the door and don't let anyone in. Miss, please go abroad for treatment. If you continue like this, you will be exhausted. Your body is still very young, but if you die, even keeping that person will be meaningless. Chu Nin tried to use me to persuade Mok Tin, because she knows too well how important I am to Mok Tin. Then kill him, bury him with me. I can't leave him, and I can't bear the fact that he belongs to another woman. Before I die, I must kill him first so that he will forever be mine. My body and mind will be engraved with my name, becoming one with my flesh and blood. At this moment, Mok Tin's lips were as red as blood, and the red starlight in her eyes was constantly shattering. As soon as the words fell, Chu Nin was so scared that he broke out in a cold sweat and immediately ran to get the chains. However, as soon as I left, I calmly pushed open the study door, holding a bowl of bird's nest with snow lotus in my hand, and walked in. The chains are here, so lock me up, I said. Mok Tin turned her back to the door and was suffering from tormenting pain, so she could not recognize the person behind her as usual. I put the bowl of soup on the table and softly said, Chu Tin, what's wrong with you? Hearing that, Mok Tin was stunned. Then his eyes lit up with light. Atrake, why are you here? I only saw Mok Tin's lips trembling slightly, a bit confused. More importantly, she was about to lose control again. She was afraid she would hurt me. I know, good boy. Have you forgotten? We promised to be together every night. If you don't go back to your room, how can I nourish you? Your body needs nourishment. This is yin trung tuet lean that I stewed for 2 hours so I can feed you. I obey, Atrake. At this moment, Mok Tin obediently nodded. Looking at her haggard face, I couldn't help but feel heartbroken. In my previous life, I never paid attention to Mok Tin's health. I just felt she was a monster. If she disappeared, maybe things would be different. But now, I want to protect her, constantly reassure her. Currently, her condition has calmed down a bit. After finishing feeding her the soup, I walked around behind her and placed my hand on her head. Trantrake, what are you planning to do? Stop, don't hurt the eldest lady. At this time, Chu Nin returned with chains, and Butler Hua also hurried in. As soon as they entered, they were stunned. Everyone thought I had bad intentions, wanting to harm Mok Tin. Butler Hua almost fainted from panic. It's over, the boy Trantrake finally couldn't hold it in anymore. It turns out he intended to kidnap the eldest lady. It's over. If the eldest lady is really crazy this time, I'm afraid the whole Aikon manor will have to be rebuilt from the beginning. Uncle Chu Nin next to me did not hesitate, immediately pulled out his gun, the muzzle aimed straight at my head. It was as if I just moved a finger and my skull would explode. Immediately, but I remained calm as if nothing. Then, my finger gently placed it on the acupuncture point on Mok Tin's head and precisely began to massage. At this moment, her tense nerves under my warm and strong fingertips had indeed calmed down considerably. She gently raised her hand to signal Chu Nin. Lower the gun. Go out. I trust Atrake. Although not willing, Chu Nin and housekeeper Hua still left, but both still silently observed from afar. I continued to gently press the acupuncture points on Mok Tin's body. Unexpectedly, her tense nerves gradually relaxed. How does it feel? Is it comfortable? Very comfortable. Atrake's massage technique is amazing. That's okay. I also brought along the relaxing essential oil I mixed. Lie down on the sofa. I'll help you open your meridians. It'll have a very good effect. Close your eyes. Relax. This is a sedative essential oil that I've been preparing for 2 years. Special essential oils can help reduce nervous tension, improve weakness, relax the body, and support sleep. At this time, Mok Tin obediently snuggled into the sofa, looking like a lazy calico cat curled up. Atrake, you can do anything with me, no need to ask. Mok Tin closed her eyes. She completely relaxed, entrusting herself to me. Outside, Chu Nin and Old Hua were eavesdropping as they kept muttering. This guy really has a trick, making the eldest lady go soft. Old Hua was frustrated and said angrily, What a useless thing. The general manager has not slept for 3 days. This time the illness will definitely be very severe. Butler Hua, you have to get ready. I have already booked a construction team and a medical team. If the eldest lady destroys the entire Aikon manor, the construction team can immediately start rebuilding. Even if she beats people to pieces, there will be an orthopedic doctor ready to do bone grafts. If the worst situation happens, the Mok family's private ceremony team is always on standby waiting for orders. At this moment, Butler Hua patted his chest confidently, looking as if everything would be fine with him here. Because every time Mok Tin gets sick, in addition to not hurting me, she can turn the whole Aikon manor upside down. But this time, with my help, Mok Tin gradually fell asleep. I gently caressed her face, filled with regret. Mok Tin, I'm sorry for all the hurt I caused in my previous life. Not only did I disappoint your deep love, but I also let you and me be buried in a sea of fire. But in this life, I will spend my whole life to make up for it, and prove that you choosing me was not a mistake. I stayed quietly with Mok Tin for a long time, then stood up to pack my things. When I walked to a sandalwood table, I discovered that one corner of the table had 2 words engraved, carved. Trake. So this is the gift that Mok Tin has prepared. She carefully engraved my name on it, but didn't dare let me find out, so she deliberately used a rotated font. It seems she really loves me, using everything in her power to express her feelings. Seeing this, I just felt a sting in my nose. Now, I can only be stronger, build my own business empire, so I can walk alongside my loved ones. I opened my laptop and found a highly encrypted financial plan. This is something that I did in my previous life for my eldest sister, Tran Mac Van. Now it has been purged into the city's financial system. When my eyes stopped on the screen, I discovered that the person who signed on the plan had been changed to Tran Vi. No need to guess to know that this is Tran Van's tacit consent. There is no wavering in my heart. What I spent before was like feeding the dogs, but now I will kill the dogs myself. My fingers quickly flew across the keyboard, a series of lines of code running across the screen. Suddenly, the screen suddenly went black. Now let you taste my power. At the same time, Tran Mac Van was working overtime and suddenly saw the screen go dark. Although she quickly restored it, when she checked the group's internal system, she discovered that the financial plan signed by Tran Vi had disappeared. All confidential documents in the system were also erased. All that remained were empty white pages. Seeing that scene, Tran Mac Van panicked and immediately called a hacker to restore the data. Soon after, she called Tran Vi to report that the financial plan had been stolen. By the way, ask Tran Vi if there are any problems. At this time, Tran Vi hesitantly opened his mouth. Big sister, if I tell the truth, don't be angry with Mr. Trake. As soon as he heard my name, Tran Mac Van immediately exploded. Tran Trake is Tran Trake again. Does this bastard dare to intervene in the corporation? Hearing that, Tran Vi quickly softened his voice and soothed him. Big sister, Mr. Trake probably just finds it interesting. If you want to play hide and seek with her, don't worry. He definitely has the communication on the USB, it's just that he's been angry with me lately. Tomorrow I'll go to school to find him, convince him to think about the big picture, and return the USB to us. Hearing that, Tran Mac Van finally felt a little relieved. In the entire Tran family, you are the only one who understands the most. Truly a treasure from Big Sister. But Tran Trake is a habitual scoundrel. I'm afraid he will bully you again. Let's do this. I will send 2 of my best bodyguards to protect you. If Tran Trake refuses to hand over the USB, let my bodyguard teach it a lesson. Yes, everyone obeys Big Sister. Tomorrow I will go find Mr. Trake. Tran Vi certainly knows how to read other people's faces and knows how to accurately grasp his sister's psychology. After hanging up the phone, Tran Mac Van suffered a nervous breakdown again. Furthermore, the situation is increasingly serious. Without my sedative essential oil, she could barely stand it, and finally had to go to the hospital for intravenous fluids. Because every time she got sick, she relied on therapy and essential oils to soothe her, gradually becoming a habit of dependence. At noon the next day, Mok Tin slowly opened her eyes. The image before her eyes and the feeling on her body made her tremble. She didn't expect to fall asleep again, and she slept very well. Last night, I didn't get sick out of control. But at this moment, Mok Tin no longer had the mind to think too much, because when she saw me next to her, she was almost so happy that she didn't dare move, afraid that this was just a dream. Once I woke up, I curled up in the corner of the bed, turning my back coldly to her. At that moment, I suddenly moved my hand slightly, as if I had a navigation system accurately guiding me to the right target. After all, once you have a wife, of course you have to let go of the abacus. At this time, Chu Nin and Butler Hua were waiting outside the door, walking back and forth. Butler Hua still walked from the beginning of the hallway to the end, touching the wall while lamenting. Master Chu, I am so miserable, being coldly treated by the young lady. It's so heartbreaking, like a disgraced concubine, only able to sit on the bricks in the cold palace late at night. It's over, another person has gone crazy. It's truly beyond cure. Chu Nin, aren't you impatient? Butler Hua turned to Chu Nin and shouted. Then he started to get mad, but Chu Nin calmly sat cross-legged in front of the room door. What's the hurry? You haven't had breakfast yet. Why are you still having breakfast in the middle of this time? Just wait. Actually, housekeeper Hua and Chu Nin wanted to remind them that it was time to get up, mainly because of the work of Mach T group. The scale is large, requiring Mach 10, the person with the highest authority, to make decisions. Although the number of projects is not many, all are confidential and urgent documents. No one is allowed to arbitrarily review them. But right now, Mach 10 cannot hide her desire for me. She immediately bent down and got closer to me. Are you hungry now? So let's taste my taste. Now I'm injured, but with just one look at Mach 10, I immediately understand how to soothe this white lion. At this time, Mach 10 suddenly and strongly took the initiative. She continued to attack aggressively, but as a man, there are times when I can yield to my wife, but on some battlefields, I must take the initiative. 2 hours later, I stepped out of the bathroom. My legs were shaking a bit, silently blaming myself that even though I was at my prime, I was told this. If it weren't for that, I definitely wouldn't be like this. It seems that my physical strength still needs more training, and I definitely need more nourishment. At this time, Mach 10 had finished changing and was sitting in front of the dressing table adjusting her hair. Even without makeup, she was very beautiful. With just a light layer of office makeup, she exuded even more beauty and charm. Next, the master bedroom door finally opened at 2 p.m. At this time, Mach 10 stepped out, his demeanor bright, and a vague smile on his face. Oh my God, the young lady hasn't smiled like that in a long time. That's right. It's really been a long time since she was like that. At this moment, Butler Hua and Chu Nin glanced at each other, both smiling meaningfully. Butler Hua observantly noticed something. He looked at me and saw that I looked a bit nervous. He immediately leaned closer and asked curiously, "Are you okay?" Creating a cunning smile on Butler Hua's face, along with a face full of wrinkles, he said, "Look at me. I also smile meaningfully. Everyone can feel it for yourself. I think young master should drink some kidney bao. 1 boy helps stay awake. 2 boys don't get tired. 3 boys never grow old." Before he finished speaking, I couldn't help but hit him on the head. The kidney says it's exempt. Butler Hua is so dedicated. I reward him with a reasonable beating, strong but not painful. My head burst into laughter out of anger. Even though I was exhausted, I had to give him a strong blow. "Master, the kitchen is ready. It's all healthy food. Health is revolutionary capital. Don't make things difficult for yourself." Chu Nin spoke, and then he pulled me towards the dining table. At this time, Mach 10 had just arrived at the restaurant and walked into the kitchen. Mrs. Vong immediately stopped. "Eldest miss, just tell us if you need anything. The kitchen is not suitable for your identity. If you need anything, I will help you get it." Mach 10 suddenly stopped walking because she had never actually entered the kitchen. "No need, just leave it to me. I want to do it myself." As soon as she finished speaking, Ms. Vong was stunned and could only look at Mach 10 with wide eyes. She ladled a bowl of oyster porridge for me. Looking at the hot bowl of porridge in front of me, I immediately panicked and swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Could it be that this is a refueling station? After refueling, do you have to immediately go to the battlefield? Ah, Trake, don't you like it? Mach 10 saw me hesitate, thinking I didn't want to eat porridge. Her face immediately turned pale, and the gentleness on her face also disappeared. She tried to control herself, but the blue veins on the back of her hand still revealed her unhappy emotions. Seeing that, I knew she had misunderstood, so I quickly explained. "Your wife brought it herself, so how could you not like it? It's just a bit of a surprise. Anyway, these things should be left to me to do. I'm the one who has to take care of you. You are my wife. Taking care of you is my responsibility and also my honor." As I spoke, I observed Mach 10's facial expression. Luckily, after listening to my explanation, the color in her eyes gradually disappeared, replaced by a bit of confusion and embarrassment. My heart was racing a moment ago, and now I'm a little confused. I didn't expect Mach 10 to be so easy to coax. As long as I was obedient by her side, it became the only sedative. After that, to make her feel more secure, I picked up the bowl of porridge and drank it all, then stood up to get another bowl, found a ceramic spoon, carefully blew on it to cool it down, and personally tasted the temperature, just enough to warm it before bringing it to Mach 10's lips. "It's delicious, my treasure. Don't worry, I like everything you gave me. Of course, my favorite is still my treasure, Mach 10. I didn't expect that I would be able to coax her into eating 2 bowls of porridge. Normally she eats very little, and has anorexia. This was the second time in a month that she had eaten so much. Last time was when she drank the soup I cooked myself. As for me, I was so exhausted at this point that I just wanted to finish the table of sea cucumbers in front of me and drink 2 more bowls of pigeon soup before I stopped. For Mach Tin's happiness, I also have to take care of myself and replenish my energy. Looking at the clock, it was almost afternoon. At this moment, the phone lit up and a series of messages from Tong Kiet arrived. Oh my God, you're really my crazy father. Today is an important day and you still haven't come to the school board's disciplinary decision. It's coming soon. A friend of mine just printed out the document. At exactly 3 p.m., the principal will personally announce your expulsion. Hoa Kim University has existed for 100 years, and no student has ever been disciplined so severely. In the past, there have been students who accidentally destroyed their seniors' experiments, but no one has ever been expelled. It's clear that Lai Hao is taking private matters personally. I quickly read all the messages, saying I wasn't worried was a lie. After all, I didn't want to repeat my past life and become a disgrace in the history of Hoa Jin University. Tintin, I have to go to school this afternoon. Can you take me personally? I asked gently. If Mach Tin lacks a sense of security, then I will use actions to compensate. Proactively reporting the schedule is a way to show trust. Inviting her to take me to school is to quell the random thoughts in her head. Hearing that, Mach Tin was stunned, not expecting me to proactively invite her to come along. Even though it was just a pickup trip and she didn't need to be with me the whole time, her heart still couldn't help but flutter and skip a beat. Maybe. Mach Tin's voice trembled slightly. Your love is so good. Wife, I love you. I laughed happily, even reaching out to gently stroke Mach Tin's long hair. Looking at her acting serious, I couldn't help but laugh. I immediately bent down and she leaned closer. You say you love me. Is there no reward? The hot breath covering her made Mach Tin completely fascinated, but my words confused her. Reward? Could it be that a trach wants to find a way to leave her? But this time, I didn't give Mach Tin any chance to think nonsense. I immediately bent down and captured her sweet lips. This action made Mach Tin completely freeze, leaving only an empty space in her mind. The surrounding servants gasped and were surprised. It's raining. Mama's going to get married. What's going on? The young master took the initiative to force a kiss on the young lady, and it's the first time in front of so many people. I was still a little shy and awkward, but I had to act to maintain the situation, so I decided to hold on tight. I didn't expect the effect to be so amazing. We only saw Mach Tin gently wave his hand. In less than 2 seconds, we were the only ones left here. This movement speed is truly amazing. Right after that, Mach Tin stood up and pushed me to the dining table. Being excited, I was hugged tightly by her. Warm palms gently caressed her behind. Right when I was about to suffocate from the kiss, my whole body lost all strength, and my whole body almost collapsed on the dining table. At this time, Mach Tin reluctantly stopped. A trach, I want to say. Was that light kiss just now a reward? Hearing that, I gasped and nodded. Just now, I thought I had the initiative, but it turned out that the last person in control was still Mach Tin.